Hey, once again, everybody, this is Adam Burke from BangTheBook.com coming to you with my Thursday three-pack, my three favorite plays of the day here for March 7th, all three coming from the college basketball side. Over at BangTheBook.com, our resident tennis expert, Big Ten Watto, has hit 7 outright winners over the last 8 weeks. He's got a great preview up for this weekend's event at Indian Wells. Also, while you're over there, check out my 30 MLB season win total previews and also all of my additional futures stuff covering divisions, pennants, World Series, Cy Young and MVP in both leagues, Home Run King. Lots of good stuff to get you ready for the Major League Baseball season, which starts 3 weeks from today. Kyle Hunter's Daily College Basketball Picks, available every day at BangTheBook.com. Also, make sure you check out his video here today on our Bang the Book YouTube page looking at the Thursday, March 7th card. Parker Michaels' Daily NHL Picks, UFC preview for this weekend from Christian Pina. I've got a couple of NASCAR previews up for this weekend. We've got it all over at BangTheBook.com, which is why we are your one-stop shop for sports betting news and information. All right, let's get into my Thursday three-pack here. Again, my three favorite plays of the day, all from the college basketball side for March 7th. We start in the American Athletic Conference with game 609, 610, Cincinnati and UCF. UCF, 2.5-point favorite, total 125.5 for this one. The first meeting between these two teams, a 60-55 Cincinnati win in a game played to 60 possessions. So very, very slow-paced game. But the big thing about that game was that UCF didn't take care of the basketball. Turnover percentage of 28.6% in that game for the Knights. Their season average is just 16.8% turnover percentage on offense. So even though Cincinnati shot 50% from three, even though UCF turned the ball over 17 times and on 28.6% of their possessions, they still only lost by 5. So that's a pretty good omen here going into tonight's matchup against a Cincinnati team that I think has to be in line for some kind of regression here. Their last 4 games, a 5-point win over UCF, 4-point win over UConn, 3-point win over SMU, 2-point win over Memphis. In their last 6 games combined, the Bearcats are 86 for 237, 36.3% from 2-point range. UCF, 12th in the country in 2-point percentage defense. You got to think something's got to give here tonight. I like UCF minus the 2.5 over Cincinnati. It's rotation number 610. We move out to the Big West here, game 627, 628. UC Irvine, a 12-point favorite, total of 129 against Cal Poly. UC Irvine already has the Big West regular season title wrapped up. They'll be the number 1 seed next week in Anaheim at the Honda Center for this conference tournament. Cal Poly, though, they're in must-win mode. They're a half game behind UC Riverside in the win column. They split the regular season meetings, so they'd move on to whatever the next tiebreaker is out there in the Big West. But they want to give themselves a shot. They want to give themselves a chance to get into this conference tournament because only the top 8 teams make the conference tournament. Cal Poly currently 9th of the 9 teams in the Big West. So, look, I get it. It's unlikely that Cal Poly wins this game. They are a 12-point underdog for a reason. But that being said, I think we're going to get an effort out of Cal Poly tonight. I don't know if that's the case for UC Irvine. You know, they've got Senior Day coming up here on Saturday against Cal State Northridge. They've got the Big West Conference Tournament. There's a chance, albeit small, that they play Cal Poly in that first game there at the Honda Center. So I just don't think we get a motivated effort here from UC Irvine, whereas Cal Poly, their backs are against the wall, and also they lost the first meeting by 27 points. So, you know, they want to get some measure of revenge. I'm sure they were embarrassed by that performance. Got to figure the Mustangs show up tonight. I don't know if the Anteaters are going to, certainly not to cover a 12-point spread. And also, this is a game that will be played at a very, very slow pace. Irvine, 302nd in the country in tempo. Cal Poly, 298th. If you're not invested, it's hard to get margin. So give me Cal Poly tonight plus the 12, number 628. Finally, we wrap up in the Missouri Valley Conference with the Mo Valley Conference Tournament. Game 633, 634, Evansville takes on Illinois State. Illinois State, 4-point favorite in this game, total 135.5. Before I get into the breakdown of this game, I've got to tell you that the Enterprise Center, formerly the Scott Trade Center in St. Louis, a stone-cold under venue. 84-43 to the under last 127 Missouri Valley Conference games. So this is one where you definitely want to look for lower scoring affairs. And the fact that this is such a good under venue really hurts Evansville in this game because Evansville has shot a lot of three-pointers this year. 44% of their field goal attempts coming from beyond the arc this season. That's a big difference from the last couple of years as they've got a new first-year head coach this season. So Evansville shooting a lot of distance shots doesn't really help you much at the Enterprise Center. Illinois State's a 7 seed coming into this thing, but coming into the season, they were expected to be a 2 or 3 seed in the Missouri Valley Conference tournament. They've underachieved this year, to say the least, but you get a new lease on life now. You wipe the slate clean with the start of the conference tournament. Illinois State losing 2 games in buzzer-beater fashion on three-pointers this year. If both of those rim out, they're a 3 seed. If one of them rims out, they're a 5 seed. Instead, they're a 7 seed. So it's a team with a chip on its shoulder, a team that underachieved during the regular season, and a team that should get a pretty good first-round matchup here against a team so dependent on distance shooting. Give me Illinois State tonight, minus the 4, number 634 by rotation number. So my 3 plays tonight for the Thursday 3-pack are number 610, UCF minus 2.5, number 628, Cal Poly plus 12, and number 634, Illinois State minus 4. I'm Adam Burke for BangTheBook.com.